Greetings, fellow visitors. This is Upgrade Terminal, a Star of Providence fan cast. I'm Malachi.
And I'm Nick. Welcome back to the facility.
Today, Nick and I are joined by Duck, a Chinese language content creator who just released a very impressive Star of Providence video that we're happy to talk to him about today. Welcome onto the podcast, Duck.
Hello, guys.
Duck, do you want to give us just a brief introduction?
So I'm DucDuck, the editor of the Star of Providence video in Chinese language. So I've been making drawings and me making game videos just started probably months ago. My first game video is a Zero Ranger video, so feel free to check out my videos on Bilibili. It's a Chinese video website. It has a unique comment function, which is like something a Japanese video website Nico Nico has.
Mm-hmm.
Do the comments appear on the video themselves?
Yeah. It's
okay,
like the comments will just float on the screen from right to left, and it's like it would be like a shmup or something, a bullet pattern.
Yeah. A bullet pattern of comments.
Yeah, in the past we would call that.
Well, yeah, we will definitely link to your Bilibili page down in the show notes. But thanks so much for being on.
Yeah, sure. Thank you too.
So we like to start out every episode by just talking about something nice that happened to us this week. Duck, as our guest, we can ask you first. What's something nice that's happened to you this week?
I don't know, man. Basically, nothing ever good happens on me.
Oh, come now. Come
I've done
on
some.
now.
I think the only thing I could say is like I did some gacha.
Some gacha?
Yeah, I've been playing Limbus Company or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just get a few good characters, good EGOs, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. What is Limbus Company? I don't think I've heard of that.
Oh, Limbus Company is what should I call? A turn-based RPG game made by Project Moon, the same producers as Lobotomi Corporation.
Oh,
Ever heard of that game?
I know a friend of mine who has played quite a bit of Lobotomy Corporation.
It has a SCP Foundation theme where you would manage a bunch of fantasy monsters and produce energy with them.
Oh.
Something like that, yeah.
Cool. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
Nick, what about you? What's something nice that's happened to you this week?
Well, as we are recording this episode, just 2 days ago, 2.5, Risk of Rain Returns has been released, and my goodness, I've been playing it already for like several hours. I love this game so much. I've been having so much fun. It's been such a delight to see familiar levels and familiar layouts, but with all new gorgeous pixel art. And the music is exactly the same. There's some new tracks, but they kept the old music, the old soundtrack, which I'm very happy, because I feel like the soundtrack for the first game got overshadowed by Risk of Rain 2, and I'm glad that it's getting some love again. And it's super challenging. It's exactly as hard as it was, and I'm really hoping I get to play some multiplayer with friends very soon, because I have been thoroughly enjoying this game, and I want to play even more of it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, I've never played the original. Duck, have you played Risk of Rain before?
Am I hearing this right? Risk of Rain Return is out now.
Yes.
Really? Sadly, I've never played the first one, but I did enjoy Risk of Rain 2. Yeah, it was a really great game.
Risk of Rain 2 became really, really popular and kind of exploded. The original one remained kind of niche. It didn't help that the original one had kind of bad multiplayer system. It was very difficult to make lobbies. The second
Hmm.
one made it so much easier, and the production values increased a lot. And I'm just really happy that now, with a decade of experience, they went back to the first game and they're just making it to match those production values, and so many more people can enjoy it and appreciate it and sort of see where it all started.
Nice.
What about you, Malachi? What's something nice that happened to you?
Well, nothing super special, but this is very simple. But every year, in the fall and winter, when it starts to get cold, there's a lot of fog that rolls back into town, and I really love foggy mornings and evenings. They just have like a really eerie kind of spooky quality to them that I really really enjoy. So
Hmm.
yeah, I've been enjoying that every day as I drive to work this week.
Hmm. You just like the atmosphere that the fog brings.
Yes, it's nice. I like the fall in general, but the fog makes it extra nice.
Hmm.
So it's good for spooky season.
Well, spooky season is slowly being phased out at this point and replaced by uh, the creeping monster that is the Christmas season.
I've never heard it described as a creeping monster, but fair. So, Duck, how long have you been making videos about games?
Uh, so the video of Star Providence is just basically the second time I've been making these long, serious, and very detailed video game videos.
Oh, wow. How long did it take you to make the Star of Providence video in particular?
This video in particular, I think, take almost a full month. Not really a
Hmm.
full month because I kind of take breaks and I make videos almost daily, but 1 or 2 hour daily. That's
Wow.
don't think that's long enough.
Well, I have to say, for your second video, it's really good. Even if I don't really know what you're saying, I can tell that the editing and the presentation has a lot of work put into it. So you're doing very well.
Yeah, thank you. I do take editing very seriously because I've seen a lot of nice videos coming from other uploaders. The
Hmm.
editing is sure what I've considered very important.
And it shows in your work. So congratulations.
Yeah, thank you.
So another question that I have is, how did you discover Star of Providence?
So it was like 5 or 4 years ago when it's still called Monolith.
Mm-hmm.
I personally am a shmup game player
Hmm.
from a very young age. So 5 years ago, there was a guy on YouTube named Jamers. He's made some shmup gameplay footage.
Hmm.
So there was this one video named Monolith Hard Mode Clear. I I looked at the thumbnail, and the thumbnail was the Overlord fight.
Hmm.
The Overlord fight is known for its very straightforward bullet pattern. I think
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
it's very straightforward, very uh, iconic top-down shmup. It's very and it's very, how should I say this? It's just beautiful. Okay, I just immediately thought it was beautiful. It was so cool. I just clicked in, and
Yeah.
I think back then YouTube doesn't have the function where you could just hover your mouse cursor on the video thumbnail and it would
Hmm.
play a little preview on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little preview.
I don't think YouTube has that function very back then,
Hmm.
but I do remember is what I skimmed through the whole video and yeah, basically I skimmed through the whole video and jumped to the very last boss fight, which is Monolith, and it just
Hmm.
completely shocked me. The Monolith boss fight was a lot like, I don't know. It gives me a very strong impression. I don't know. it gives an very ominous vibe,
Hmm.
I definitely agree.
like an angel falling down or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was so cool. And the design of the boss really reminds me of a game I played very back then. I think it was a shmup made by Cave. You ever heard of that?
Hmm.
Yeah, but I think they've done several, and I have not played them, unfortunately.
We'll have to get some shmup recommendations from Duck.
Oh,
Certainly.
sure. Cave really outdid themselves with a lot of games. Like from the first, I mean, I think the very first cave shmup I've played is the Dunpatch, and it is
Hmm.
so good.
Mm.
It's very
Hmm.
cool back in its days.
Duck, is there a Chinese community around Star of Providence? Chinese speaking community, rather?
Well, I think there's only one I know of that is the group I'm staying at,
Hmm.
which is also a system erasure fan base.
Hmm.
There's just like 7 or 8 people speaking in there. Yeah,
Hmm.
so not so much.
Do you want the video that you've made to sort of help foster a bigger Chinese speaking community around this game? Do you want this to be sort of a starting point for other Chinese players to come watch it and then join and talk about it?
Sure, I do. I'm pretty sure of that, but that would be very difficult because the algorithm of availability is just the algorithm. You've already suffered from YouTube algorithm. Why do you have to? I mean, you can imagine how bad it is. So B2B algorithm basically based on the thumbs up called in YouTube. What is it called? What is it actually called? Uh, Likes.
Likes, subscribers, views, all of on YouTube. All of these things are part of the algorithm. It's just how many people have watched it, how long is it, how many people have subscribed. It's a lot of things, and nobody really knows how it works. So it's very frustrating.
Yeah, it sure is frustrating. And Bilibili is just all that and something called coin. So any account would have coin where you could earn by just watching a lot of videos and giving likes or something.
Hmm.
But mostly you will earn you will earn coin by uploading videos and get coin from other people. It gradually goes up very slowly, but getting coins are not that easy because they made they made the button separate from the liking button
Hmm.
or
Hmm.
something. You would normally just give a like or not even do that and just leave.
But the reason why I asked this question is not, it's not so much so that random Chinese people find the video and think, "Oh, what's up?" but rather, if someone who speaks Chinese wants to get into the game, they have this video that will explain to them, here's what this game is about, here's how it works, and that can be spread not necessarily by the algorithm but by your group saying,
By
"Hey,
us. I'm
yeah,
going to share it.
yeah." So like, you're not just saying, "Oh, just let the algorithm do it," but rather, "Hey, we now have this video that we can use to help explain to people this game and help make our community bigger."
Yeah, it's a tool.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to
Yeah.
put algorithm away, yeah, this is what I would hope for. Yes, and that's why I've been very serious on editing because I just wanted to create very a nicer, I don't know, watching experience and
Yeah.
focus on the I do focus on the storytelling or something.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, and your video also
Yeah.
is very funny.
Oh,
And I think that's great. I think people will, that draws people in, and they'll want to continue watching it.
yeah. I should hope that.
Your video, you speak really highly of the story and the writing in Star of Providence. So I just wanted to give you a chance to explain what you personally like about it.
Well, I think the the whole game just gives me a Lovecraftian horror vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It
Mm-hmm.
is something you would read on, uh, I don't know, parchment papers. It's just
Ooh.
so ancient stuff, and
Yeah, yeah.
uh, the whole story is uh, I mean, in Lovecraftian horror stories, you would see people try to learn the dark truth of the world hidden in somewhere. Like,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
why does the fisherman go away or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
And the bureau in these story are usually uh, not so encouraging. Like
Mm.
whoever wanted to learn the truth, the dark truth of the world,
Hmm.
will just will just draw greater ruin or disaster.
Yeah.
That is always the moral of of Lovecraftian horror stories, and this game has given me the same feelings where, like the magicians, the mages in the past,
Mm-hmm.
and I think our protagonist and like No and D13 and whatever that is. How do you call them? How do you even call them? They are drones, maybe.
Ships is what
Yeah.
we use.
Yeah. We call them ships usually. The visitors.
Ah, all right. So the ships and the mages alike, they try to learn they tried to learn the truth about power eternal, and
Mm-hmm.
they wanted to grasp the power eternal to themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They wanted to use the power to themselves, have the power to themselves, but
Hmm.
all that work was now in the void.
Yeah.
Yeah. There, yeah. There's this sense that there is this power that is tremendous and that can give you so much, but the moment you try to capture it and use it, it destroys you and basically obliterates you and everything around you.
Basically everything, yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. And I really like this observation because this is something that I have mentioned in other conversations with Malachi, and that is what I like about this game. It is the sense of you are trying to discover something that's been buried and has destroyed the world, but you are still comparing to keep going, keep going, keep going, despite all the resistance and all the fighting that you have to do. And once you get it, you immediately realized I should not have done that, but now I can't go back. I am stuck in this form.
Yeah. It wasn't a good idea. So I'm glad Star of Providence can teach us this. So if we ever get the chance to get unlimited power in life, we know to say no.
Yeah, that's a that's a good lesson. What are some of the challenges that come up when you're trying to translate from English to Chinese?
Well, basically everything.
Okay,
As I said,
yeah.
uh, I try to translate the whole story, the whole lore.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to find the right word
Mm-hmm.
alone is a challenge, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Like in Chinese, just because in Chinese some words just share the same meaning. Is there something like that in English?
Yeah, there are cases in English where you have different words that mean more or less the same thing, but they all have subtle differences, and you wouldn't use them all in the same places. So you have to
Mm-hmm.
know what each word really means and when to use them. So, and I'm not surprised that this is something that can be very tricky when you're trying to translate, es- especially from two very different languages.
Yeah, it sure has been tricky.
Yeah.
And one more, I think one more challenge is that in games like Undertale, you would
Hmm.
find um, you would find every creature, everyone just speaking not in the same tone.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
They do not speak in the same tone. Like Sans have their own very lazy vibe,
Yeah.
and Papyrus it will just be like,
Takes himself very seriously and tries to impress to Sans. Sans, come on, take this seriously. And Sans is like, no, I don't want to.
yeah, sure, like that. Uh, I wanted to say is I try to recreate everyone's tone
Mm-hmm.
in a way that you will see by looking at the text.
Hmm.
Wait, you would look at the text and find out who's saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the outcome I want.
So it's not just a matter of translating just the words that they're saying, but how each of them would say those things that gives them their own personality.
Yeah, that exactly that.
Yeah, I imagine that's quite tricky.
Duck, do you have a lot of experience translating English to Mandarin?
Well, I've done I've done some before. It was I tried to translate an analog horror series named The
Ooh.
Mandela Catalog.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if
Ooh.
have heard of it.
I think I heard of it once from like someone that I knew, but I kind of know something. I know what that is about. Yeah. Wow, that's tricky.
It is just try to recreate the horror's senses, feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not easy.
Yeah, I think as an aside, this is not. I just want to say this, but sometimes in the horror genre,
Mm-hmm.
the language itself can be part of the horror because sometimes things are said in a particular way that suggests there's something sinister or ominous going on without being too specific. There's just kind of this vague feeling of wrongness that is conveyed through the language, and so having to translate that as well, that sounds like quite a tough challenge.
Duck, I think you like challenging yourself.
Yeah, I think I did in the progress of translating that. I did tend to choose some words that gives ominous feelings or something.
Hmm.
I tend to choose evil words. You would say.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair.
I wonder if this is because, I mean, you're a shmup player, so you obviously like challenges that way. So you just got to find really difficult translation projects.
Well, you can. Well, you could imagine.
Yeah, yeah. So watching your video, I think you had a really good grasp. You talked about capturing the voice of the characters, and I think you did a really good job at that because you're using a little bit of classical Chinese.
Yeah, I do. It's something in the lower part,
Yes,
like
yes.
the battery entry of the machine, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
that part.
Why did you make that choice there?
I think basically it's just I wanted to make a very ancient feeling, like this was some
Mm,
ancient readings, something you
Mm.
would read on an ancient mural or something.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that really worked.
Mm. Like like this is something that has a lot of history behind it. This is an ancient power that's long been known about and it's being rediscovered far in the future.
Yeah, exactly.
Hmm. I see now. That's a good
And
choice.
to make sure of that, I definitely chose to do something that I didn't do before. It's just uh, try to read it in my epic voice.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you did a good job with that. You know, the video's bookended by, the introduction to the game. That I loved that. I thought that was great. Like at the very end of the video too, you come back in with the lore, and yeah, your voice is pretty epic. You did a good job.
Thank you.
We've talked a lot about some of the challenges and difficulties in translating, but what are you most proud of in your translation? What do you feel proud of in this work?
Spoilers. It's actually not the last part. It's not the machine lore
Oh,
part.
what is it
Hmm.
then?
Well, it's actually the Linus dialogue. I
Oh.
really like Linus. He's like my second favorite character in the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I really tried hard to recreate
Mhm.
Linus's voice.
Yeah, Kleina's has attitude.
Yeah, Linus has attitude. Sure.
Yeah. Well, who's your first favorite? If Kleina's is your second.
Oh, that'll be Warden.
Oh.
That'll be
Oh,
Warden.
interesting
I
choice.
like Warden a lot. He's just so cool, so mysterious.
Did you see the teaser that was posted today in the Discord?
Yeah, I did.
There's an Yeah, there's a new warden attack. Oh, it's awesome.
Technically, it's
Well,
an
not new. Yeah.
I don't think that's a new attack. That
No,
is
no, no.
like
Sorry.
a remake of a
Yeah, yeah,
old
yeah.
attack.
Sorry, I misspoke. I meant a new look for an old attack.
Yeah,
Mhm,
that is cool. The concept of pushing you up to the screen with
Hmm.
magical forces. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah. Duck, what do you hope viewers take away from your video after they watch it?
To be honest, I would just be happy if anyone watched it from the like anyone watched the whole video from the start to the end.
Hmm.
In China, just a lot of people just won't watch very long videos anymore because in China,
mhm,
people have very little spare time, and this although they do have spare time, but they are very fragmented. Watching videos is something a Chinese would do when
mhm,
I don't know when they come from work and before going to sleep, something,
mhm.
Yeah.
or even go to the toilet.
Yep, we do that too.
They don't really not many people today in China just care about very long videos anymore. This is partly why TikTok has been trending in China. Yeah, we have very fragmented time.
Yeah. I think that's the same everywhere.
Yeah, TikTok is popular everywhere these days.
And
Yeah,
at least in the US, it feels to me as well that like people don't watch long form videos as much anymore.
Hmm.
that's actually very sad to hear. If I had the chance, I would return. I would return to 2008.
Yeah. Hey, well, you made a long form video, and it actually you called it part one. So I mean, I have to assume that there's going to be a part two.
Yeah, there'll definitely be more to come.
excellent.
That's really exciting to hear. I'm glad that you're making long form videos, and
Mhm.
doing what you love, Duck. I think that's awesome.
Mhm.
Then that actually my next video is voice changer video, but I will try my best to make next parts come out faster. Okay.
Oh, no worries. Take your
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Take your time.
yeah. It's like you took the time to make sure that the editing was very good, and I think that contributes a lot to people liking the video. So take the time to make it just as good.
I sure will.
Thanks so much for listening to our Star of Providence fancast. Big thanks to Garowslaw for allowing us to use his music and sound effects.
Be sure to check out all of Garowslaw's soundtracks on Bandcamp, the This Game soundtrack, the Relics of the Past soundtrack, and the 5th Anniversary Edition soundtrack. They're all wonderful.
Duck, we just want to thank you again for taking the time to talk to us and for making this video and for contributing to the Star of Providence community. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you for having me here too.
It's been our pleasure.
If you have any comments or suggestions for the show, you can reach out to us on our Discord server. We'll post the server link in the show description, as well as a link to Duck's video that you should check out, even if you don't speak Chinese.
And in the server, you'll find fellow pilots to talk with and discuss the show. Thanks for listening. We'll hope you'll join us next time.
This is what you came for, isn't it?
如你所愿。